Hello and welcome back. Well, we've got absolutely loads to catch up on, so I won't waste your time waffling here. Let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, we are back at the point I said we'd come back at, early March. Looking at the league table, as you can see just here, we have been doing well. We've been surprising me, to be perfectly honest. After, where was it, the last game that we saw? Oh yes, the goalless draw against Nimba. We did get beaten in our next game, but then we played top of the table, who were unbeaten at the time, and beat them 2-0. Amazingly, and that has sparked a great run of form. We are currently unbeaten in 5 in the league. We've only conceded 1 goal in that time. A couple of easy wins in friendlies, but I specifically chose easy opposition, although I thought I'd done that before the season started and that didn't turn out too well. Yeah, the league is going pretty well. I don't know as we're going to be able to catch the playoff places. We are 7 points adrift with half the season left, but although we do have 2 games in hand on one of the teams on 28 points, so who knows. Yeah, we have a nice run of home games here to go. But now the important thing is team dynamics. Our club atmosphere has improved drastically, mainly obviously due to the excellent form we're in. The team cohesion is currently very poor, but there is a reason for that, and we will go through that now. The reason for that is all these transfers I've just made. As you can see, we have had 15 players join us in the transfer window. Pretty much every single one of them has improved the squad in some way, shape or form. So we've got James Gloriei, however you pronounce that, who has come in as a right back. Mohamed Lape, who can play the side but is basically a left back. I mean, don't pay too much attention to the attributes because no one at this level is all that good, but they are better than what we had. Now, Edward Tway, solid goalkeeper, unfortunately also now out for 3 months, so basically season gone. We'll get to his replacement in a minute. Brandon Deba, central midfielder, and we're going to be using him, I think, what are we using? Yeah, as the sort of more attacking midfielder when he's on the pitch. Now, Chris Deba is a replacement striker, and he went down with injury. Yeah, he's also out with an injury for anywhere from a few days to a couple of weeks. But he has done okay in the games he's played so far. Trokon Yala, another right back, but is currently being used as right midfield as well, because I don't see the point of not having him on the pitch when I haven't got any right midfielders better than he is. Now, Boake Chroma, who was listed as one of the best signings in the transfer window apparently. He's ostensibly a defensive midfielder, but we're using him in the deep line playmaker role in central midfield, which apparently he's complaining a little bit in training about having to learn a new position. It's like, well, it's the same position, it's like 10 yards further up the pitch. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. Omega Fode, who the fans weren't overly happy with, but he was basically just back up at left midfield and was better than the likes of Amadaya Krangar, who were there already, but as you can see, hasn't got a great deal in terms of potential and is not necessarily my first choice there. Now, Melvin Bility, centre back, again, not great attributes, although the tackling and the jumping reach are decent, and mediocre mentals. Daniel Roberts, who it has here really sort of as a right back, but would probably use him as a centre back, even though these aren't great. Again, he's got the jumping reach, decent decisions, brave. But it's nice to know we can also bung him in at right back if we need to. Now, Barrow, again, fans weren't overly happy about this one, but I think they're just being a bit ageist, quite frankly. He's 34-year-old, so he's not going to be around for long, and, I mean, if you want him to move, forget it. He's got no pace, but he has got good heading, marking and tackling, so if he can find some way of getting himself into the right position, and his positioning for this level is not too bad, he can probably deal with a situation when, if it occurs somewhere near him, really. Abraham Yancey, another centre-back, again, can't head, can't mark, reasonable tackler, can't jump, which at 6 foot, you'd think he'd be able to get a little bit higher off the ground than that. But again, just better than what we had, really. Now, Mark Varney is our proposed starting left winger, and he has got a bit of pace for this level. Again, technicals mediocre, really, but I mean, what's mediocre at most levels, or even poor, let's face it, is not that bad for the Liberian second division. Edward Dukuli, another central midfielder, again more of a deep line playmaker, this one, and I mean for this level reasonably solid, nothing below a 6, I'll take that all day. And then now Sam Kamara, who was a deadline day signing, and he's a goalkeeper, and he was brought in because Tway luckily got injured about 2 days before the deadline, so we were able to get someone else in. If he'd been injured on the deadline day, or indeed like obviously a day after, I mean Ben Williams has been very good, to be fair. I mean, if you look at these performances, he's averaging over a 7, he's conceded less than a goal a game, 6 clean sheets, so and 2 man of the match performances, so he has been very good despite not really on paper being all that much to look at. So yeah, so basically we've pretty much bought an entire new first team, and all of them obviously free signings, but the wage budget has gone up. I've changed this to pounds, by the way, because I mean the only currency in Africa in the game I think is South African Rand, and that didn't seem appropriate for Liberia. And I know there's an American sort of link with Liberia and everything, but I don't want to go dollars if I don't have to. I'll just use dollars. We'll use pounds. I'm English at the end of the day. So yeah, so that's all the signings, which is obviously, like I say, why this team cohesion isn't great, because these boys have only just come together in the last like 2 weeks. This is the current sort of starting lineup. We've got, as you can see, Tway and Deba are out injured, which is weakening it somewhat. Although, actually, looking at that, I can put Kamara into that lineup just before we play. And attacking midfield, well, that's the other thing. I know, just looking at the attacking midfielder, there wasn't one last time you saw us play. We have adjusted the formation slightly because I tweaked it slightly in that game against Watanga, who were top of the table, to this 4-1-1, and it was at that point that we suddenly started playing well and scored both our goals after that point. And so I was like, well, let's give it a whirl, why not? And obviously our confidence has improved since then, and I think the team tactically as well is getting aware of what it's supposed to be doing positionally. So we have just generally come on leaps and bounds. And oh, that's not what I wanted, is it? That's the page I wanted. So yeah, so now again we are favourites to win, which again always makes me nervous because I'm just waiting for that poor performance. But hopefully this team is at least good enough to keep us well away from the drop zone, which we flirted with for a bit earlier in the season, and if we're really lucky we might just be able to push for promotion. I don't know if we'd secure it if we got into the playoffs or anything, but it's worth a shot now. So you see, I mean, this is how much favourites we are. I mean, it's actually saying we should go attacking. I'm not going to just yet because I don't think we're that good. Right, well, let's go, because I don't particularly want to take any of that advice really. I mean, Lape, not overly fit. Is that the right view? That is the right view. Or is it? No, that's the view we normally have there. Honestly, change it. I have had one or two issues with confirming the squad, because I'm only allowed 30 players. I do have quite a few players, but fortunately a lot of my sort of like teenagers who were in there because they were a body have been able to be dropped back down to the under 18s, and therefore haven't kicked up a fuss because they weren't really expecting to be first team anyway. But we've got all the good ones in, all the signings are in the squad, except actually Tway, who is not taking up a squad place because what's the point, he's not going to be there. Never going to be fit for us. So I think we can probably carry on. Yeah, they may struggle to see out the match, but then they might not. Might be over by the time they start getting tired, mightn't it? Hopefully. Yep, okay. I mean, that performance in the last match was a friendly against very weak opposition who actually went down to 10 men. But why not? Right, okay. We are playing in blue today. There are so many teams that seem to play in all blue in this league, and then their away kit is all white, exactly the same as ours, and it sometimes it confuses my little brain occasionally when I see blue versus white and I can't quite figure out which one we are, even though I should really be able to identify my players by name at this point. Although that said, of course, just bought an entire new side, so I don't know who they are. Anyway, careful build up. Oh, what a strike from Adolphus Cooper. Only in the side due to injury, but we'll take that. 10 minutes gone, 1-0. I have to say, a number of those good results that we got during that run, we were so lucky to get them. We didn't really play all that well. We didn't create much, if anything. But we were always just able to nab the goal and so solid at the back that the opposition just couldn't break us down. So we were getting the results. Now, as you can see from those match stats when we can see them, we are performing a lot better and really dominating sides a bit more than we a lot more than we did, because we didn't dominate anyone. Oh, Cooper just misses again. So yeah, I mean, well, if we didn't have highlight after highlight, you'd be able to see how well we're doing. Oh, hello. Interesting bit of defending. Great confidence in his goalkeeper there. Okay. Gets it into the middle. Oh, it's a shove. Adolphus Cooper stepping up. Can he get his second? He's playing very well. I know he scored, but oh, there we go. Confident penalty, 2-0. And it's almost like watching Aston Villa again, isn't it? So let's just quickly pause it so we can see. I mean, look at that. We are utterly dominating this lot. I know they're not great. They're we're at 9th, just above the relegation zone, and apparently doing better than expected. So not even supposed to be that good. But yeah, we'll take it quite happily. Give me all the weak opposition you can find. I will feast upon them. Right, I seem to think we've got another gear. We seem to be going fairly close to top gear already. Okay. Oh, hello. We're giving away a dangerous free kick. This is going to go flying in, isn't it? Oh my! Oh, well, it didn't. But Koulibaly was first to the rebound. Well. That's going to give them a massive XG boost now, isn't it? Because, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Basically, because he was 2 feet out. I could have scored that, mate. It's nothing to be proud of. Right, let's have a look. Have we got anyone getting tired? Anyone not performing? Well, Trocon Yala is not playing all that well, is he? And brilliantly, I don't have anyone who can play on the right on the bench. So he's just going to have to stay out there, isn't he? And he's the only one who's really that disappointing, so Okay, we'll let it go. Oh, here we go. Come on. Let's restore that 2-goal lead, boys. Connor, Cooper. Oh, it's his hat-trick. Beautiful stuff. Adolphus Cooper. See, now that gives me, well, not a selection problem because he's clearly worse than the other fella, but he's going to be a little bit miffed if he gets dropped in the next game, isn't he? Right, well, there we go. 2-goal lead restored. Let's see if we can make it a nice, comfortable win, because we do have a bit of goal difference to make up on those people we're chasing, so that would be nice if we could get comfortable, sort of like 3 or 4 goal win, wouldn't it? Okay. Carefully building up. I have to say, I mean, Conne, as you could see from before, oh my word, Adolphus Cooper is absolutely running riot. But I was just about to say about Conne, he's silver star in talent level, which is way off where it should be, but he does seem to play well in that role. He scored an absolutely blinding free kick, I think, on his debut. In that Watanga game, actually, to break the deadlock. Oh, Cooper's playing a 10. He's an absolute beast in this game. 4-1. Oh, well, we're playing a game in hand on Bong Rangers, and the other two are playing each other and drawing. That would be hugely useful if they could grind out a dull goalless draw, wouldn't it? Gain on both of them then. Okay, Yala, who has improved, so glad I didn't take him off. Although that cross wasn't the greatest. Okay, are we doing another one of those pointless end of game highlights, or is there actually something on the end of this? It's Yala again. Swings it across again and cleared again. Yeah, this is a pointless end of game highlight, isn't it? Unless, of course, it's them attacking and scoring annoyingly. Oh my! Oh, for heaven's sake! Really? Oh, he was offside. Good. I'm going to say 4-2 again. Just doesn't sound quite as good, does it? Well, I mean, considering most of that XG was the fact that the bloke nodded it over the line from pretty much the line, I think we can take that as good job well done. 4-1. Now, only, well, Tony and Invincible 11, the names in this country are just superb, are presumably still playing then, because they were goalless when we saw their latest score earlier. So, right, well, we'll come back and we'll see how that one finished and whether we have closed in on everyone in the top 3 or top 4 rather, or just a couple. So, alright, we'll be back for the next game any minute now. Right, we're back for the second game, and it's Kaitrace again, who we beat on the opening day. Now, after that, they started the season really badly, probably because their confidence was shredded by being beaten by us. But, as you can see from the league table, they're back just below us now. They've recovered. They're on a very good run of form, presumably, because they had terrible start, really. I think they lost like 6 of their first 7. So the fact that they've bounced back to mid-table means they are actually not that bad. So, couple of little adjustments. Jay has had to come in because someone has gone out injured, whose name I can't quite remember. Oh, Yancey, but I've put him on the bench. He's supposed to be like back to training tomorrow, but he's probably better than what other options. And we've also always got Roberts if I don't fancy the risk of putting Yancey on the pitch. Deba is on the bench, but not quite ready to start. And after Cooper's 4-goal haul, how could I drop him? If he plays terrible today, I'll drop him without a second thought. But that's not the point. Right, let's go. Let's see if we can beat this lot a second time, having surprised the hell out of them the first time we played them. Okay. Oh no, that's the outstretched arms. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can get the midfield to. No response. At least you can see now. A few people do actually respond when I say words. It's it's getting there. But okay. Kapenkel, what a name. Okay, yep, you see again, the all blue versus the all white, it confuses me as to who we might actually be, but we're in the blue. Also doesn't help that a lot of people have the same surname because there's a relatively small pool of surnames available for it to generate players from. How did that sneak in? A, how did you let him win the header? B, how do you let it go straight past you from the... Let's see if we can figure out how you managed to let this go straight past you from that angle. Because, I mean, you're right there. Oh, I see. It's because actually you were several feet away from the goal. If you just stand your goal line in that situation, you'll be there then, won't you? You idiot. Right, come on. We're going to have one of those days where we don't play well. Well, at the moment no one's playing particularly badly, but... Oh! Hey, it's one of those days where nothing goes right and everyone is stupid. Well done, Brandon Debba. You've done us all a huge favour there, haven't you, you idiot? Right, well, we're going to have to tuck Conne back into that position, which fortunately he can kind of play. I think. Yeah, he can play central midfield. Competent at it, allegedly. Oh dear, Brandon Debba, you're going to get shouted at half time for being an idiot. Look at that, we were basically the better side, and yet 1-0 down and down to 10 men. Well done. Oh, Chroma. Oh, of course he holds on to it, doesn't he? Oh God, don't tell me that wasn't even our highlight properly. Go on, get him. There we go. Well done, Willay. Cooper. Right, come on, boys. Okay. Oh, Conne! Oh, Vejaba Conne! Come on, son! Even with 10 men! Oh, we'll probably go on to lose, but that's not the point. The fact is, we've made a fight of it. Good stuff. Oh, I say that. Oh no, we've got the ball. Unnecessarily fancy flick there. Come on, play that one. Oh no, he's found Cooper. Oh, thought he was going to get another one. They probably should have done better than he did, to be perfectly honest. Right, well. Okay, yeah, you've done nothing wrong, except for you, Mr. Debba. Point my finger at you. Oh, how could I not point my finger at him and say it's unacceptable? I can only express disappointment when I point my finger at him. Right, well, I'm going to thrash my arms in his face then, because it is unacceptable. Demotivated. Well, that doesn't really matter anymore because you're not on the pitch, are you? Why aren't you on the pitch? Because you're an idiot. Right, moving on. Referee. It's an outrageous foul. Can't go winning the ball like that. Okay, go on, boys. Go on. Go on. No. Go on, harass all them. Or just let them gradually build up and probably score. No one's marking him. No one's marking him. Oh. Okay, right. Let's shout a bit of encouragement. Okay, right. We might need to make some substitutions. Ability is playing like an idiot. Do I want to risk Yancey? No, let's put Roberts on. And anyone else playing badly? Well, Yalla again, but then we left him on last time and he started playing well. So, I mean, the other one who's playing badly, of course, is Jace. So we might maybe I'll put Yancy on later. Throw out a bit more encouragement when we are down to 10 men at the end of the day. Oh, cleared off the line by Gloriei. Oh, hello. It's a free kick right on the edge of their box. Chroma scores! Right. Okay, let's get Yancy on for Jace. And start time wasting like mad. Come on, boys. Let's dish out a bit of praise. Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, nice bit of standing there. Well done. Top quality work on the stand in their front there. Who is it? Oh, Gloriei. After that glorious goal line clearance you managed earlier. And then, oh, at least you turned to watch it go in. I'm glad you did that. Couldn't possibly have borne it if you hadn't actually stared at the ball you should have leapt at. Well, I suppose down to 10 men so early. We'll take a point, but having got the lead, it's disappointing to let it go with a minute of the normal time left, isn't it? Boys. Still, well, sympathise. See, you played well as well, and then you just stood there going, the ball. Right, I apologise if you can hear the washing machine in the background, by the way. It's chosen an unfortunate time to go onto the spin cycle. Right, unfortunately, Nimba Quado have now leapt over us, and they just got a 10-1 away win against JAI. Who, if you might remember earlier in the season, beat us. We didn't see that game, but that was the game before we ingloriously went out of the cup. So, it's all good fun. Right, well, now then, let's have a look. How are we doing? What's the league situation like? So, we're still kind of in the fight for a playoff place. So, who we got? Tony, Bong Rangers, Watanga, and Invincible 11. Right, when are any of those coming up? Well. Now there we are. It looks like start of May, that's when we'll be back, when we play Watanga and Tony back to back. And we did actually get 4 points off them without conceding a goal earlier in the season, so we'll see if we can repeat that sort of thing again. But hopefully now, Nimba Quado are next up, so hopefully we can knock them back down below us. And then we've got several of the worst teams in the league before we play the league leaders. Mid-table small town, so hopefully take a decent number of points from this and still be in the fight when we come back to play our promotion chasing rivals. Right, well, thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.